U.S. company to pay $310 million for hazardous fire and derailment in Ohio. The company, at the center of a chemical spill and train catastrophe in Ohio, will settle with the U.S. government for $310 million, 243 million pounds, to cover the cost of cleaning up contaminated soil, water, and air in East Palestine. Norfolk Southern has agreed to pay $235 million. Hazardous freight was consumed by the fire that started after the disaster in February 2023. Numerous locals were forced to evacuate, and thousands of animals were killed by toxic vapors. Residents of the town and Norfolk Southern came to a separate $600 million class action settlement in April. Less than 2 months after the incident last year, Norfolk Southern was sued by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. Under the U.S. Clean Water Act, the complaint sought fines and injunctive remedy for the unlawful discharge of pollutants, oil, and hazardous substances. In accordance with the settlement, which the Justice Department announced on Thursday, Norfolk Southern must pay for long-term environmental monitoring, resident mental health services, and actions to increase rail safety. In addition, the business is now required to pay a $15 million civil fine for purported Clean Water Act infractions. Acting Associate Attorney General Benjamin Miser said in a statement, "Those who were most directly affected by the disaster are those who will benefit most directly from this settlement. Rail safety commitments will help prevent future catastrophic railway events," said Miser. 11 of the 38 train carriages carrying hazardous chemicals that derailed in the collision. Subsequently, the residents reported experiencing medical signs of illness, as well as persistent psychological trauma related to the occurrence. Environmental authorities also calculated that within a 5-mile, 8 kilometers radius, about 45,000 creatures, primarily aquatic species, perished. Michael Reagan, the administrator of the EPA, stated on Wednesday that no community should have to experience the trauma inflicted upon the residents of East Palestine. Because of this settlement, residents and first responders will have greater access to health services. Trains will be safer, and waterways will be cleaner. A federal court still needs to approve the settlement. On September 25th, there will be a hearing for ultimate approval. Norfolk Southern and the town's citizens struck a separate $600 million class action settlement last year. Norfolk Southern projects that it will need to spend over $1 billion in total responding to the incident, of which $200 million will go toward new rail safety measures and $780 million toward environmental remediation.